More.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. Well, as the re-elected member for Gilmore, I am honoured to give this address in reply to the Governor-General's speech to start the 48th Parliament of the Commonwealth of Australia. I want to start by thanking the people of Gilmore on the south coast of New South Wales for re-electing me as your representative in the Australian Parliament and for the privilege of fighting for you every single day. I am so thankful to have been first elected in 2019, then in 2022 and now 2025, and it is not something that I take for granted any single day. I have relished the opportunity of standing up for people, fighting for more services for roads and community infrastructure. From Maruya and Batemans Bay in the Eurobodalla to the Shoalhaven and Kiama regions, this is a place I am so proud to call home. It's where I was born, where I was married and raised my 4 now young adult children who also live locally. And it's where I want all children to be able to grow up, to have access to a good education, to be able to go to TAFE or university, to be able to work and live locally and enjoy this most beautiful part of the world. Deputy Speaker, when I embarked on this journey some years ago now, to be perfectly honest, I didn't know what really lay ahead, but I knew I had and still have a yearning thirst and undeniable determination to make sure people in my communities got the best possible support. It was my way of giving back to my community that I eternally loved and had provided me so much, but nothing could prepare for those first years. From the significant drought in 2019 to the Black Summer bushfires, floods, COVID and natural disaster after natural disaster, people in my communities have gone through so much. They have given so much. Every day we see the selfless sacrifice of volunteers, of essential workers, emergency service volunteers and workers, and people in our communities working so hard together to help make our communities even better. That's communities that I'm proud to be a part of. I stand with all people in Gilmore as we face many hurdles moving forward, whether it's helping ease cost of living pressures, providing better access to health and mental health services, more access to affordable and social rental housing, and helping more people into home ownership. Moving forward and delivering on major road projects such as the Jervis Bay flyover, the Princess Highway duplication to Tomarong, the Milton-Ulladulla bypass and the Nowra bypass, and supporting many community infrastructure projects which in turn support people and families. Deputy Speaker, this election was an excruciatingly tough one, but it was a critical election in Gilmore and to return the Albanese Labor government to continue with the job of providing important cost of living relief. There are some people who wrote Gilmore off, but luckily I have never been a person to listen to idle chatter and sometimes even threats. I thought I had seen it all through many elections, but this one really surprised me. I was simply stunned by the scale and ferocity of personal threats. I never knew that we even had woke culture wars in my own little village of Callala Beach and Callala Bay. This is not the place I knew and loved. It's like someone had invaded it. I remember driving around thinking, I just really hope people see through all of that over-the-top, horrible and self-indulgent signage. And, Deputy Speaker, I'm pleased to say they did. There are many great outcomes of this election, but for me, apart from all the terrific things I will be able to continue to deliver for my communities, it was knowing that good had prevailed. You don't need to be nasty to outright lie, to backflip on your views for a vote, or be misogynistic to succeed. And just because some of the nastiest people might be the loudest, they are in fact not the normal. It really is a victory for kindness, for what is right, and ultimately for what will help people best into the future. Deputy Speaker, I have been strengthened by what I have learnt over the last 3 years and before that as well. I have tested my own inner strength to the absolute max and beyond what I could imagine. But I've done this because I want the best for our community. Deputy Speaker, I want to take the next moments to highlight some of the positive measures coming to Gilmore. Health is always number one in Gilmore. With one of the highest numbers of aged pensioners in Australia, access to health services is key. That's why I'm proud to be delivering a second Medicare urgent care clinic at Nowra, providing bulk billed urgent care every day of the year with extended hours. Importantly, this will also take pressure off our busy emergency department at Shoalhaven Hospital. And at Batemans Bay, where we saw the first Medicare urgent care clinic established, which has now seen over 17,000 patients, all fully bulk billed. We're extending the hours of the Batemans Bay Medicare Urgent Care Clinic even further, so it will be open from 6 a.m. till midnight. That's 18 hours a day, the longest opening hours of any Medicare urgent care clinic in Australia. Again, supporting this community, taking pressure off the EDs and supporting local GPs as well. I'm also proud to say that we are upgrading the existing Medicare Mental Health Hub at Nowra to a full Medicare Mental Health Centre, which will provide extended services and access to psychiatry and psychology services. Deputy Speaker, I have had so many people approach me quietly and tell me that the Mental Health Hub at Nowra and the Mental Health Centre at Moruya have literally saved lives. They are much-needed services and ones I'm proud to deliver, supporting local families and individuals, and again supporting our local hospitals as well. Our South Eastern Endometriosis and Pelvic Pain Clinic at Milton has been so successful, and I'm pleased that the Albanese government has a comprehensive women's health package that provides greater access to menopause support as well as greater access to women's services. Deputy Speaker, I know people in Gilmore love the changes to make medicines cheaper. Of course, we have introduced 60-day prescriptions, and we've also reduced the maximum price of a general script to $30, down from $42, and we're slashing the PBS script price further to $25 from January 1. We've frozen the cost of PBS scripts for pensioners and concession card holders at $7.70 until the end of the decade, further helping pensioners with the cost of living. When it comes to education, I'm immensely proud that our government will deliver fair, needs-based funding for our local public schools. This is something I have been campaigning for a very long time. Importantly, it means that students will get greater needs-based support because education really is a human right. Not only does it support students, but it benefits our entire communities. And 14,000 people with student debt in Gilmore, thanks to the Albanese Labor government, will have 20% of their student debt slashed. Importantly, the bill also changes the repayment system to a marginal system, which will reduce minimum repayments required and further help people with the cost of living. We're extending energy bill price relief, and our cheaper home batteries program is going gangbusters, with a take-up in Gilmore the highest in New South Wales. Deputy Speaker, community infrastructure is vital in Gilmore, and I'm thrilled that I'll be delivering $1.39 million to help build a new pilot house for the Shoalhaven Marine Rescue at Crookhaven Heads, $3 million for the Batemans Bay Seahawks Football Club to build a new clubhouse, $512,000 for Kiama Surf Lifesaving Club to help with their amenities, $840,000 for the Jerry Emery Oval clubhouse upgrade at Gerringong, and $5 million to help with the upgrade of the Shoalhaven Riverfront at Nowra. And when it comes to roads, we've made great progress. The Jervis Bay flyover is under construction and going well, with $100 million in federal funding. The Princess Highway from the Jervis Bay flyover intersection to Hawken Road at Tomorong is also progressing well, with the concept design being refined, enabled with $400 million in federal funding. The Milton-Ulladulla bypass, with $752 million in federal funding, has moved forward to a contract being awarded for concept design. The Nowra bypass, with $97 million in federal funding, is also progressing and expected to enter the development phase in 2026. Deputy Speaker, I have also been really pleased to have secured and delivered federal funding for a wide range of local roads projects which are much needed. Whether it was disaster recovery funding, infrastructure betterment funding, roads to recovery funding, black spot funding, safer roads funding, the Shoalhaven local roads package and more, federal funding is assisting our local councils and state government with local roads. Deputy Speaker, when it comes to housing, you can feel the change happening. The momentum is growing and we are seeing more affordable and social rental housing, more build-to-rent premises that have started and been completed. Importantly, the incentives provided to the state governments are resulting in this uptake of affordable and social rental housing projects and planning reforms which is allowing more medium-density housing. One such example of this is the Nowra Riverfront project, which in one precinct will see an additional 650 medium-density homes, including social and affordable rental housing. This will also assist with frontline worker accommodation at the significant upgrade for Shoalhaven Hospital. Deputy Speaker, defence and defence industry is crucial in Gilmore. I'm pleased that infrastructure upgrades are occurring at HMAS Albatross in preparation for further upgrades to house additional Seahawk Romeo helicopters. All of this means additional ADF members, squadrons and the training and maintenance to support this increase in capability for our Navy's Fleet Air Arm based at HMAS Albatross. And we're home to many terrific defence industry businesses, and we're working to support defence industry employers as well. We're Navy and Defence proud, and it's the reason why we're bringing the chopper on the stick back at its iconic gateway position, which says we are a Navy and Defence town. Shortly, our nominations will open for the community to decide whether it should be the Huey or a more contemporary Seahawk Romeo that is currently operated by our squadrons. Deputy Speaker, during the 47th Parliament, I had the honour of participating in the ADF Parliamentary Exchange at my local ADF parachuting school just outside HMAS Albatross. And the ADF Parliamentary Exchange is something I definitely recommend to new MPs. I tell this story because of the immense lessons it has taught me and the deeper understanding I have gained of defence generally. I participated in the exchange because the Gilmore electorate is home to thousands of serving defence members, veterans and their families. We're mostly Navy, but the Australian Army's Special Operations Command runs the ADF parachuting school. I simply wanted to gain a greater understanding of what goes on there, and I wanted to encourage every child locally to consider an ADF career, because the reality is we need more people to join the ADF, to fly and maintain our helicopters locally, but also to take up a range of roles to provide the integrated and ready capability that Australia needs. During my exchange, I undertook a tandem ADF parachute jump around 5,000 feet above my beloved electorate with a very experienced ADF tandem parachuter. And while my parachute jump did not quite go as expected, we had a canopy malfunction, a cutaway parachute. We came down on the reserve chute, then I fractured my ankle on the landing. It actually taught me so much. Our ADF members put their lives on the line every single day. They train for every situation possible, but as I was told later, you can mitigate risk as much as possible, but when you step off the back of a plane, anything can happen. I've also come to realise that defence members and MPs possibly do have some similarities. They both protect and help people, just in different ways. Thank you again to the ADF Parachuting School. Deputy Speaker, I have so many people to thank with this campaign. Thank you to my campaign team, led by the amazing Amy Knox and Simon Zulian, to Jess Malcolm Roberts with the best political know-how, to my awesome electorate office team who just kept things going and keeping me on track, to our most wonderful branch members and volunteers who were out there every day talking with voters, phone banking, door knocking, mobile offices, coffee clubs, election day, you name it, they were there. Special thanks to Gwen, the most sensible sounding board, and Lizzie. And Michelle Moran, this speech is also for you. While I know you are so unwell, I will always be thankful to you over many years for your unwavering support. You are indeed a Labor legend. To the best dedicated CPSU door knockers and Young Labor and everyone who helped, special thanks to George Simon, Assistant General Secretary of New South Wales Labor, and to my colleagues for your support during their campaign, the visits and, yes, more door knocking. Thanks to the Prime Minister for visiting multiple times, always being there when needed and providing the steady guidance. I think we'd both agree that the impromptu visit to alfresco coffee roasters at Moruya on Easter Monday, where you were mobbed in a good way, was a highlight and perhaps the only poll we really needed to listen to. But my final thanks goes to the people of Gilmore. Thank you for putting your faith in me, for me to support you over the next 3 years and be your voice in the Australian Parliament. I love supporting people in Gilmore because I love the community I grew up in and always will.